Hey everybody, it's Chop here at 69 South. We have gathered quite the following of new and faithful listeners. In fact, we're in 72 countries and 1,600 cities. It excites the shit out of us, to be honest. We have countless downloads and streams. If you're a small business starting out or an accomplished business looking for some good advertisement, shoot us an email at 69southpodcast@gmail.com. The 6 and the 9 are numbers, southpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. We will send you a advertisement package.
She's a little runaway. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. And then you realize we don't care. We don't just say no. We're too busy saying yeah.
Welcome everyone to Podcast 69 South, where we cuss and discuss true crime, cold cases, current events, and hot topics, along with our state of society today. This is your trigger warning. Our podcast content is produced for adult listeners 18 years of age and older. We discuss situations that may be offensive and triggering to some listeners. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. We sure missed you guys. Sorry we had a little delay coming up with this episode. We had a little power issues at the studio, but we're back. Glad to be back. I'm Chop. With me always is my beautiful co-host, Julie. What's up, girl?
Hey, honey, how are you?
Doing lovely. Today we're going to be talking about Ryan Davis. We're going to introduce you to Mr. Indiana DOC inmate number 263161. It's a name tied to a lot of chaos that landed him behind bars. So let's hit the gas and get into it.
Hello, everyone. Julie here, and I am ready to peel back the layers of this one. Ryan Davis isn't just a name on a DOC roster. His story is a rap sheet that tells a tale of escalating trouble. We've sifted through his Rolodex of crimes and picked out a few key moments to show the pattern of criminal behavior that landed him in an Indiana cell on August 12th, 2025. From petty crimes to more serious offenses, Davis's path shows a steady climb into deeper waters. We're talking about early run-ins with the law that set a stage for bolder moves, each one painting a picture of someone testing the limits. By the time we get to the charges that locked him up, you'll see how the dots connect. So let's break down these cases to uncover what drove Ryan Davis down this road and what it means for the bigger picture of his current crimes. Chop, what's your take on where all of this started?
I thought you'd never ask. We're going to take you to Morgan County on December 25th. Merry Christmas, everybody, 2014. An Indiana officer observed a gray Honda Accord with an Indiana license plate on West Garfield Street in Martinsville, Indiana. The officer knew the vehicle was owned by Ryan Eugene Davis through previous law enforcement encounters. Earlier that day, dispatched informed the officer that Davis had 2 active warrants, which were confirmed. The officer initiated a traffic stop at the intersection of Garfield Street and State Road 39, identified Davis as the driver, and ordered him out of the vehicle. Davis complied, was handcuffed, searched, and placed in the patrol car. He was then transported to the Morgan County Jail without incident due to the warrants. During a subsequent inventory search of the impounded vehicle, another officer found 1 syringe in a jacket in the passenger compartment and 3 more in the glove box. The syringes were collected as evidence and then logged into the evidence system.
Now, based on this, the officer filed a probable cause affidavit, believing that Davis committed the crime of possession of paraphernalia. Since Davis was already in custody on warrants, no additional arrest warrant was requested. The officer affirmed the details, and then he went to jail that evening.
On Christmas, man, that would suck.
That would suck. You would think, man, my life's got... Look what I'm doing on Christmas Day. I'm sitting in the slammer. And he's continuing, this is a continuation of his crimes, that started.
Well, obviously, because he had 2 warrants when he got pulled over. The officers was aware of who he was already. Then they found a needle in a jacket pocket then in case one of them went bad, he had 3 extras in the glove box.
Now, he's had several charges relating to possession of hypodermic syringes or needles, heroin and meth and fentanyl.
I hate to see anybody go
drug
down that
users
road, man.
use.
That's some bad shit.
It's horrible for anybody.
Absolutely.
Well, sometime after this case, Ryan goes to rehab in Lebanon, Indiana. So he's going to better his life, right?
So at one point he was trying to. But there were so many crimes that Mr. Davis has had that we went through. We couldn't even fit them all on this podcast with the previous case that y'all want to hear about. Actually, just 7 months before this pullover with the syringes we were talking about, he had gotten a 3-year suspended sentence and had just been on probation. So not only was he on probation when he got pulled over with these syringes, he also had 2 active warrants, which means he was either violated on that probation or he had picked up new cases.
Correct.
It's a sad deal, though. People are supposed to be at their grandma's or their mama's house eating Christmas ham and open up presents and shit.
And spending time with their family.
Yeah, I mean, he must have some bad shit going on in his life. And you know, at this point, you never know what's going on at this point, you know what I mean? But let's move on with the story.
And we always have to remember, we never know somebody's beginnings or dive into the world of addiction. And I promise you, people do not ask for that. I mean, some people, they go out and they don't care and they want to be crazy. And then other people have just accidentally fell into it, you know, by doctors giving them pain pills or other stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But anyway, then we're going to move to this next case. While he was in rehab on a Sunday morning, June 5th, 2016, in a quiet neighborhood in Indianapolis in Marion County, Indiana, a series of alarming events unfolded involving Ryan Davis, a 35-year-old white male born January of 1981. Ryan was standing about 5'7" to 5'8" tall, weighing 140 to 150 pounds, with a skinny build, short strawberry blonde hair, an unshaven face, dirty appearance, was wearing blue jeans, a blue T-shirt, which he later removed, and a gray Carhartt hat. A recovering heroin addict who had recently relapsed, Ryan's actions spiraled into a day of burglaries, a violent carjacking, and a dramatic police chase. This narrative is drawn from police reports, witness statements, Ryan's own confession, and the subsequent sentencing order from the February 28th, 2017 sentencing hearing. The details, the chaotic events, and their legal resolutions.
I got to say, man, when I read this shit,
Couldn't
nothing's
believe
funny,
it.
but I couldn't believe it. It was fucking shocking. So let's get into it. I can't wait to tell you. The chaos began around 10:15 a.m. at the home of an off-duty IMPD officer, and we're just going to call her Sissy because that's what her family calls her. Sissy lived with her grandmother. Sissy's grandmother went out to their detached garage to smoke a cigarette and pay some bills, but her key wouldn't turn the East Side service door. Suddenly, Ryan Davis, who had been hiding in the attic for hours or possibly a day, as he later claimed, pulled the door open from inside. Surely to God, he didn't know it was a cop's house.
I knew somebody one time that got caught breaking into a sheriff's office. I think he actually broke into it was either the Monroe County or the Greene County sheriff. He broke into their house and he got sentenced to like 30 years.
Man, I've done some dumb shit over the years, but I see a cop car parked at his own house, I'm fucking running the other way. You know what I mean?
Definitely not going in and making myself at home.
I'm definitely not going to be hide up in their attic doing dope.
So this startled Sissy's grandmother. She initially thought Ryan was a worker hired by Sissy. Now, the garage was in disarray. The attic ladder was down. Desk items were scattered on the floor, and the driver's side door of their blue car, nicknamed Bumblebee, was open. Ryan had been searching for the car keys to steal it. So Granny asked if he was working for Sissy, to which he replied, "The police know I'm here." He then asked for a cigarette. Granny's so sweet, she gave him 6 or 7 from her pack, and he smoked 2, discarded the butts on the floor, and then Ryan repeatedly asked if the police lived there. Raising Granny's suspicions, she told him she'd get Sissy and went to wake her up, saying, "There's a guy in our garage, and he said the police know he's here."
So this dude bummed 2 cigarettes off Granny, sit there and smoked them, and
Yeah.
then threw them on the floor and stomped them out. This dude's
She
got some
gave him half a
kahuna.
pack.
Oh, shit. I'm not trying to laugh, but this is comical. The dude's got balls, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So Sissy, armed with her duty weapon, rushed to the garage with Granny, but Ryan had fled through a partially open overhead door, leaving the service door unlocked. Nothing was stolen, but the intrusion was evident. Evidence technician Harris later collected cigarette butts, took photos, and processed the scene for fingerprints.
So concerned about the intruder, Sissy crossed the street to warn her neighbor who lived directly across the street. Before this, Ryan already entered the garage of Connie, another neighbor who lived just north of Gary, the guy that lived directly across the street. Connie found Ryan inside her garage that morning. And when she called for her husband, Ryan fled out the back towards Gary's property. Nothing was taken, but poor Connie was shaken up.
Now, around 10:25 a.m., as Sissy stood in Gary's driveway, Ryan emerged from the rear of Gary's garage. Recognizing him, Deborah drew her weapon and ordered him to get on the ground. Ryan ignored her, backing away into the garage. Gary, alerted by Deborah, had gone to his truck to retrieve the keys of his blue 1992 Chevy Silverado pickup truck, parked inside with the keys in the ignition. Realizing his mistake, Gary opened the passenger door to grab the keys. Ryan rushed in, jumped into the driver's seat, started the truck, and began reversing at a high speed with the passenger door open. A struggle ensued. Ryan grabbed Gary's right hand, preventing him from taking the keys, and pushed him out of the moving truck onto the driveway. Gary landed hard, sustaining bruises, swelling, redness, and pain in his left elbow and back. He curled into a fetal position and able to move briefly due to intense pain. Sissy, witnessing the scene, thought the truck tires might run over Gary and radioed for help, fearing he'd been struck.
You know what? Ryan Davis is a lucky MFer to be alive right there, because a lot of them cops nowadays, when he took off running over the dude, almost run over the dude,
shot him.
They would have shot his ass and had justification for doing it.
Absolutely.
I wonder if Mr. Davis ever looks back and say, man, I should straighten my shit up because I about got killed right there. I mean, you got to realize he's doing this shit with a cop pointing her pistol at him saying, stop.
And not giving a shit at all.
Shoot. But Ryan sped off northbound on Mendenhall Road in Decatur Township. Ambulance number 71 and EMS 1391 treated Gary on site, and he was later taken to St. Francis Hospital in Mooresville for tests before being released. Emergency technician Harris processed the scene, collecting a cigarette butt and taking photos. Officer Erickson took statements from Sissy, Gary, and Connie, noting Ryan's description, which was the same description that we gave you earlier, so we won't repeat it.
Ryan didn't get far. By 4:40 p.m., IMPD officers were dispatched to a 35-acre horse farm located about 200 yards from the main road after Morgan County Dispatch reported a shirtless man pounding on her door, demanding food. The description matched Ryan. Officers Eldridge and Tyndall arrived and spotted the stolen Chevy truck parked behind a hay bale, partially hidden near a white pickup with the windows down.
Eldridge saw Ryan, now shirtless and wearing blue jeans, standing near the white pickup. Ryan looked at the marked police car and the backup units, then ignored the officer's orders to stop. He walked around the white truck, climbed a steel wire fence, and ran north towards a large barn, ignoring repeated shouts of, "Stop! Police! Stop!" He darted through the barn, exiting on the north side, and climbed another fence into an area with trees, tall grass, wet soil, and uneven ground.
Unable to physically grab Ryan due to the fence, Eldridge deployed his taser, hitting Ryan and dropping him. Tyndall handcuffed him. No one was injured. Ryan had red scratches on his back from hiding in the woods earlier and admitted to being a daily heroin addict, potentially facing withdrawals, but declined medical attention. A search found that gray Carhartt hat in his back pocket, which Sissy, arriving with Gary, confirmed Ryan wore earlier. They both positively identified him as the intruder and the carjacker.
Gail had reported that she and a friend had noticed the hidden truck earlier, checked the registration, and saw that it belonged to a Gary, a name they didn't recognize. While working, her friend's dog started growling inside the house. After her friend left, Gail was in her kitchen when Ryan appeared at the breezeway window, demanding food and offering to work. He had entered without permission, taking 2 Mountain Dew sodas, drinking them, leaving the cans outside of the ground. Gail told him to wait outside, locked her door, called police, and armed herself with a firearm. Ryan hid in a secluded spot with a view of her but out of her sight, shattering her sense of peace.
Now, I have 2 thoughts from this. One, what a piece of shit. You're breaking in these people's houses and then leaving trash everywhere.
Right, throwing granny cigarette butts on the floor and then slinging Mountain Dew cans in the yard.
Yeah, and then, you know what? I'm happy to see, though, that both of these women had firearms.
Absolutely.
To protect themselves. What could have happened if they didn't have that firearm protecting themselves?
Dude would have probably took everything in the refrigerator, man.
ET Officer Collier processed the truck, photographed Ryan and the hat, and notified the auto desk of the recovery. Gary reclaimed his truck, noting the passenger door was mangled. Ryan's blue T-shirt was somewhere on the property but wasn't found. And he had 2 active warrants from Morgan and Montgomery counties, which were processed separately. And then the sergeant handled the taser deployment report after that.
I bet if dude had a heroin buzz and he was like a little bit nodding out after slamming 2 Mountain Dews and getting shot with a taser, I bet he just woke up a little bit.
Oh, you know he was woke up. How many volts is it like when you get shot with a taser?
I think it's like 10,000. That brings up another question. Were they voltage Mountain Dews or were they just regular Mountain Dews?
Shut up.
At 7:44, Detective Wanda Perry read Ryan his Miranda rights. He waived them and confessed. He admitted hiding in the IMPD officer's attic, knowing she was police, though he was vague on when he learned this. He searched for Bumblebee's keys to steal it, chatted with Granny, smoked her cigarettes, and fled to Gary's when she went to get Sissy. He confirmed Sissy grabbed his neck, denying scratches from her, admitted pushing Gary out of the way of the moving truck, claiming he didn't think he heard him, and acknowledging damaging the door of the pickup truck. At Connie's, he asked for food, claimed she let him in, and ran from the police despite hearing commands to stop. He blamed his actions on a heroin relapse after a year of sobriety, influenced by peers from recovery.
So the recovery house that he was sent to in Lebanon as part of his...
part of the needle charges.
Yes.
Well, actually, these were earlier charges, and then he got caught with the needles. Then he was in rehab. Then he went on this crime spree while he was in rehab. Or
it just doesn't stop with him. Now, Sissy detailed her confrontations. Gary described the struggle and injuries. And Granny expressed fear at unknowingly being alone with an intruder. On June 6th, an officer visited Gail's 35-acre horse farm property, confirming the truck's hidden position and Ryan's entry points.
Ryan's actions led to his arrest and charges under the case number 49G03-1606-F3-021890. In Marion Superior Court, Criminal Division 3, presided over Magistrate Crow. On February 28, 2017, Ryan, represented by defense attorney Martin, entered a plea by agreement for 3 counts. Count 1, robbery resulting in bodily injury. Now, that's a level 3 felony under Indiana Code. For the carjacking and assault on Gary, that's what causing the bodily injury. That's a serious charge. Then you got burglary of a dwelling, a level 4 felony. That's for breaking into Sissy and Granny's garage. That itself is another serious charge, much less it being the garage of a police officer. Then he got burglary as a level 5 felony for entering Connie's garage.
So the charges for what he did on the horse farm were dropped in the plea deal. Now, the court sentenced Ryan as follows. On count 1, robbery, he got 9 years total with 5 years suspended, leaving 4 years to serve in the Indiana Department of Corrections. The court recommended the purposeful incarceration program, noting it would consider modifying placement upon successful completion. Count 2 was burglary. He got 2 years in DOC, served concurrently with count 1. Count 3, burglary, a level 5. He got 2 years in Indiana DOC, served concurrently with count 1.
We'll be right back.
Hey, 69 South listeners, let's talk about protecting your home with Bulldog Roofing Company. Indiana's wild weather, blazing sun, pounding rain, heavy snow takes a toll on your roof. Bulldog Roofing's top-notch roof tune-up has you covered. They'll inspect your roof, clear debris, secure loose shingles, seal leaks, and clean gutters, stopping costly problems before they start. They also optimize your roof's ventilation to keep your home energy efficient. It's the ultimate roof tune-up. From pipe boot replacements to new roof construction, tear-offs, shingle or metal roofs, and custom chimney flashing. Bulldog does it all. Don't mess around with the top layer of security for your home. Call Bulldog Roofing now at 317-996-ROOF. That's 317-996-7663. Tell them 69 South sent you and get $25 off. Trust Bulldog Roofing to keep your home strong and secure no matter what the weather. Ryan received credit for 267 actual days. Confined plus 89 earned credit days applied to the case. So he was arrested. So he spent almost a year in jail before he concocted this plea bargain, which I have to say,
It was a
sweetheart
deal.
Yeah, it was a player sweetheart deal, Hunter Biden type shit deal.
Absolutely it was.
So after he got out of prison on this deal, starting December 31st, 2018, under standard conditions, including not committing any new crimes, reporting to probation, maintaining a verifiable residence, submitting to searches, not possessing weapons, avoiding illegal drugs, and paying fees. Special conditions included a no-contact order with the victims and a $183.50 court cost. No additional fees or restitution were imposed.
The court noted Ryan's history, including a prior case, 55D0113110 FD1357, but sentenced all terms concurrently, reflecting the plea agreement. Ryan was ordered to report for incarceration on February 28, 2017, and to comply strictly with probation terms, with the possibility of modification or revocation if violated. Now, I want to say something. When we're researching these crimes, and you can go to my case and you can put anybody's name in and search. But what I've learned in doing these searches is when you come across a person with a very common name like Ryan Davis, you need to make sure, addresses match, and sometimes people move, but you need to verify. Now, in searching, if you search for Ryan Davis on my case, all kinds of things pop up. Now, unfortunately for people with the name Ryan Davis, that there is a Ryan Davis in Wayne County who is not this Ryan Davis who has been arrested and convicted of all kinds of sex crimes against children. And I just want to say that this is not that Ryan Davis. That Ryan Davis was a completely different race.
Right.
So
there's also a Ryan Davis that lives in Brazil, is it?
yes,
Brazil, Indiana. Yeah, and I think that's the one that got caught on the
predator
Indiana.
catchers.
Absolutely. So we actually searched that, saw that, and was like, holy shit. But then we dug so deep. We have to dig deep, but we had to dig really deep on this burglary case since it was out of Marion County. But we figured out that it was him.
Yeah, and when people are giving their name to the police, sometimes they don't put their middle initial or, they don't give their middle name. So when they're entering this into the system, I mean, you could search Ryan Davis, Ryan E. Davis, and then corroborate those things with his birthday and addresses and stuff like that. But if you search all of them and dig deep, you can find all these cases that we are talking about.
Or you can just listen to 69 South and we'll do the digging for you and you can trust us.
Amen. So he's out of prison and he gets to come home and he's going to rebuild his life, right? And he's going to do good. He's had all these chances to change. He's had opportunities at recovery.
Been to the joint for a minute, so
He's learned his lesson, right?
Nope.
Well, on Tuesday, February 25th, 2020, at approximately 3:08 p.m., Officer Thomas of the IMPD was dispatched to the 2200 block of West McCarty Street on a request to assist DCS, the Department of Child Services. Now, Officer Thompson knows of the address, and he knows that to be of a common nuisance to the community.
Now, pay attention, folks, man, because if you thought the dude hiding up in a cop's attic and shit was some bullshit, listen to this. Upon arrival, Officer Thompson, with the other IMPD officers at the front of the residence with the DCS employee, went to the back of the residence where there is known to be a shed where individuals are known to come and go, commonly using narcotics and or having warrants. Officer Thompson, standing approximately 15 to 25 feet from the opening of the shed with a 3 to 4 foot high chain link fence between Officer Thompson and an unknown white male, later identified as Ryan Davis, observed Mr. Davis seated on a short ladder or step stool facing north-northeast. Mr. Davis's back was turned to Officer Thompson with his right hand over Mr. Davis's left thigh, using a cord or a strap of some sort on the right forearm, and what appeared to be injecting a substance into Mr. Davis's right hand with what appeared to be a syringe.
Caught dead in the act.
Boy, that'd run dudes high. You know what I mean? You're shooting up and then...
And he don't even know. At this point in time, Davis has no clue that they're standing there watching him. So Officer Thompson observed Mr. Davis remove the cord or strap and drop it to the ground. Mr. Davis places the syringe on the workbench to his right. Then Mr. Davis turns his torso towards the opening of the shed. Mr. Davis looked up, stared at Officer Thompson in full police uniform. Mr. Davis then put his head down, turned his torso to the back wall of the shed to the east, and then Mr. Davis turned his torso back towards Officer Thompson, just staring. So Officer Thompson requested that Mr. Davis come to the edge of the property. Mr. Davis stood up, walked to the fence line where Officer Thompson asked, "What were you just doing?" Mr. Davis was observed to be rubbing his right hand repeatedly en route to Officer Thompson. Mr. Davis stated, "I was shooting up." Officer Thompson observed Mr. Davis's right hand to have what appeared to be blood on the top side. of his hand. So Officer Thompson placed Ryan into handcuffs and proceeded with a pat down when he observed through Mr. Davis's front pocket sweatshirt, without manipulation, a case of some sort containing several orange, white, translucent syringes.
So at that point, he couldn't have said he was tattooing his hand or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he straight up told him what he was doing.
I mean, it literally says he looked at the cop and dropped his head. You know, that was
he was thinking.
Oh man, that's some harsh shit.
There went his buzz.
Boy.
Officer Thompson went to the shed, which was open, where a brown camouflage bandana was rolled up. Now, it was located at the base of the short ladder or step stool that he was sitting on. Officer Thompson observed several syringe caps and tops upon the workbench and a syringe with a box of markers, pens, and pencils.
You know, it's funny. If you ever watch them old gangster shows and stuff like Get Rich or Die Trying and all them, they always call, like when they're on the street corners selling crack and shit, they always called it their work. So they're calling this a workbench where all the syringes and shit are
Oh,
on
my
it.
goodness.
It's literally a workbench.
I remember when I first moved to Indianapolis, I was literally walking down the street, and it was in the neighborhood, and I could hear people talking as I was walking along. You know, I'm just observing because I'm in a new area, and I'm from the country. I'm not used to this city life atmosphere. And there was these people on the corner talking about, you got any work? You got any work? And me being from the country, not knowing any
thought it was dudes
difference,
wanting
I
a
thought
job.
he was wanting a job. I had no idea that they were wanting dope.
That's crazy.
We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Chop from 69 South, man. While we're taking a little break, get up, get yourself something to drink, grab yourself a plate of food. But hey, look up shopcitadjules.com, man. Pick up one of our badass 69 South t-shirts. A portion of the proceeds goes to victims, and it helps support our show. Help keep the lights on here in the studio. We thank you all so much for listening. Everybody, just take it easy and enjoy life. That's what it's all about. Officer Thompson observed what appeared to be fresh puncture wound on the top side between the thumb and pointer finger of Mr. Davis's right hand. Officer Thompson located 6 syringes, 2 of them which still had substance suspected to be methamphetamine/heroin within them, a spoon with residue, and several cotton gauze items known to be used in the assistance of using narcotics within a dark-colored glasses case within the front pocket of Mr. Davis's sweatshirt. Officer Thompson located 1 syringe within the shed within reach of where Mr. Davis was observed placing a syringe-like object into a box of markers, pens, and pencils, and a brown camouflage bandana on the floor of the shed where Mr. Davis was observed dropping a cord or strap-like object. There was a medic on the scene, just to check him out. And while on the scene, Mr. Davis requests Officer Thompson cut Mr. Davis a deal several times, as Mr. Davis stated he works on IMPD police vehicles for a local company. Mr. Davis stated that if he were released, he would never come back to the location again, and he'd stop using narcotics. Mr. Davis made several statements to Officer Thompson, reflecting that Officer Thompson was to blame for his own decision to use narcotics.
Wow. Well,
why would he blame the cop? It's your fault,
that's
cop.
addict behavior, to blame everyone else around you and not take accountability for your own actions.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, we've all been there. Not this deep, but shit.
So Ryan Davis was charged with unlawful possession of a syringe, a level 6 felony, following this incident. The case was initiated on February 27, 2020, with the filing of the information and a probable cause affidavit. Now, for this one charge of unlawful possession of a syringe. He had a $500 cash bond that was set, and Davis was released from custody after his initial hearing on February 28th, 2020, where he was appointed indigent counsel and advised of his rights. He was ordered to report to pretrial services. So for this one charge in Marion County of possession of a syringe, he had a $500 cash bail.
Keep that in mind. Also, so you were reading that case. What happened to the 2 syringes that were full of dope? You know he wasn't shooting up water. I mean...
Right, so it seems that he didn't get charged with that, or if they tested it and it came back...
as water?
Or
I mean, maybe...
You never know.
No, you never know. Maybe the cop appreciated him working on the cop cars.
Or being honest with him and saying, when he asked him what he was doing, he was like, I was shooting up.
Right.
So maybe he gave him a little leeway for...
So once again, he gets lucky and he skates on... It was dope. I mean, come on.
He skates to get out after his record. I mean, he's got violent crimes.
There was dope
DOC
residue
history,
in 2 fully loaded syringes, and it was full of dope. I mean,
which he
come
could have
on.
got a lot more charges.
They could have charged him with possession of whatever was in the syringes. But he got lucky, and they're giving him, once again, another chance. But with the $500 cash bond, keep that in mind as the story unfolds.
So the case proceeds through multiple pretrial conferences, because this was like the start of COVID and all the court hearings over the
Zoom
web.
shit.
Yeah. So there were many rescheduled court dates due to court motions spanning from March 2020 to January of 2022. So this case was drawn out for 2 years. These hearings were often conducted via WebEx due to COVID-19. Davis appeared at several of these hearings with occasional notes of non-appearance, such as on August 9, 2021, when a warrant was considered. On January 24, 2022, Davis entered a plea agreement pleading guilty to the charge. The court sentenced him to 365 days in county jail with 5 days of jail credit and 355 days suspended, effectively resulting in time served. He was placed on 355 days of non-reporting probation with no additional conditions noted. The case was finalized with an electronic disposition sent to the Indiana State Police. So how in the hell do you get non-reporting probation when you were caught shooting up? Usually they'd have you doing IOP classes, reporting every month, if not every 2 weeks.
Right. And keep in mind, this is his, without me just looking it up, this is at least his 3rd possession of a syringe deal.
Yes. So on January 17, 2023, the court received a probation discharge summary, and an order of discharge from probation was issued, marking the closure of the case. So the outcome of that, Davis pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of a syringe, served time equivalent to his jail credit, and completed 355 days of non-reporting probation. That's wild.
That is wild, man. I mean, the dude's got a leprechaun in his pocket or something, man.
Got something.
So after all this shit, man, surely, please tell me that Mr. Davis got his shit together, maybe opened up a business or did something with his life.
Well, sadly and unfortunately, he just could not keep his shit together. It seems like he went from 2023 when he got off probation to August 12th without getting in any trouble.
Of this year.
So you would think that he was starting to do something great with his life, and then he gets pulled over.
Keep in mind, folks, that Ryan Davis at this time is 44 years of age.
And this type of history with him has been happening for decades.
So on the evening of August 11th, 2025, around 8:49 p.m., Deputy Nathaniel Ralph of the Morgan County Sheriff's Office in Indiana received a dispatch call that would unravel a tangled web of suspicion, drugs, and a vulnerable runaway teen. It started with a concerned phone call from the runaway's mother, who reported her 15-year-old daughter missing since Thursday at 11 p.m. So let's just start with the basics. Deputy Nathaniel Ralph had probable cause to believe that Ryan Davis, who lives in Martinsville, Indiana, along with the juvenile, committed several criminal offenses on August 11, 2025. The charges for the juvenile include possession of methamphetamine, possession of fentanyl, possession of xylazine, possession of paraphernalia, runaway juvenile, which I didn't even know was a charge, and resisting law enforcement. I feel bad for this girl, to be honest with you. Fuck.
I do too.
As for Ryan Davis, the charges are more extensive. Possession of methamphetamine, possession of fentanyl, possession of xylazine, possession of paraphernalia, possession of marijuana, operating a motor vehicle while intoxicating, endangering a person, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and obstructed license plate, which is just an infraction. The case number is 55DO3-2508-F5-001191, filed on August 12, 2025. Now, I want to say one thing before you go on, babe. When you get charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor, there's been some confusion on our page about this. Let's say that you get caught drinking out in public, it's a misdemeanor. If you contribute to the delinquency of a minor drinking, it's a misdemeanor also. If you have possession of dope, which could be an F5 felony, and you contribute to the delinquency of a minor and let them, as an adult, you're in charge of the minor that's with you. If you let them commit the charge of an F5 possession, then the contributing is an F5 charge. I just
So
wanted
the
to make
felony matches theirs.
absolutely exactly.
I see. So this probable cause is based on the events that unfolded from Deputy Ralph's personal knowledge on August 11th, 2025, around 8:49 p.m. While on duty with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Ralph was dispatched to a call about a runaway juvenile. He spoke with the juvenile's mother by phone. She explained that her daughter had been gone since 11 p.m. on Thursday morning and had turned her phone's location off. The mother said her daughter told her that she was going out with a friend named Leslie, but the circumstances of her leaving and returning, always being dropped off down the road and never at the house, raised suspicions. The mother had followed her daughter the last time she left and saw her get into a white truck with red and white checkers on the back, labeled 24/7 Tire Care.
24/7.
Through her own investigation, the mother believed the man who picked her daughter up was Ryan Davis, who owns the tire company
And lives
24/7 Pro Tire Care and lives in Martinsville, Indiana.
Right. The juvenile's mother mentioned her daughter had smoked marijuana in the past, but recently she had been acting fidgety, staying up for days, and had large pupils. Symptoms the mother suspected were from quote-unquote speed use. When she asked the daughter about being picked up by a man instead of a female named quote-unquote Leslie, the juvenile claimed the man was Leslie's father. Deputy Ralph later went to Davis's house in Martinsville and spoke with the homeowner, who said that Ryan was not home. The homeowner did state that Ryan had brought a young-looking female there a couple of times, but Ryan told them she was in her 20s.
Deputy Ralph then recontacted the mother, who said the juvenile was on her way home. He asked other deputies in the area to look for the white truck with red and white checkers. Sergeant Seward and Deputy Carr spotted the vehicle near Taco Bell driving toward the 39 bypass. Deputy Ralph positioned his patrol car behind them, and Deputy Carr initiated a traffic stop near 160 North Park Avenue, right next to the jail.
That's the address of the jail, to be honest, 160 North Park.
The stop was made for an obstructed license plate, failure to use a turn signal, and for a runaway juvenile investigation. Deputy Carr and Sergeant Stewart approached the passenger side and found the juvenile in the front passenger seat. Deputy Ralph approached the driver's side and made contact with Ryan Davis. All of the occupants were asked to get out of the vehicle then.
The juvenile immediately began resisting. Sergeant Seward was placed on the ground in handcuffs. As she exited the passenger side of the truck, several glass methamphetamine pipes fell out and shattered on the ground. Deputy Ralph and Ryan exited the vehicle and asked him what he was doing with a 15-year-old girl so late. Ryan replied, "I'm just taking her home. It's nothing like that, man." He said he met her through another girl, and that the juvenile had called him for a ride to some girl's house. Another deputy then informed Ralph that drugs were in the vehicle. After being advised of his Miranda rights, which he said he understood, Ryan claimed the juvenile told him that she was 20 and that he regularly gave her rides, having met her 2 months ago. He denied taking her to his house, but admitted to taking her to his barn to work on his truck. He also said he picks her up at the end of the driveway, which contradicts what the mother claims, and that he picks her up down the road. Now, what is he going to do to help her work on this F-250?
Or what's she going to do to help him?
Yeah, that's what I meant. What's she going to do? Change his brakes, transmission?
Hold the flashlight?
Service the truck? Bullshit.
I mean, who knows?
Whatever, man.
Now, while Sergeant Seward and Deputy Carr searched the vehicle, they found a small bag of crystalline substance believed to be methamphetamine next to the seatbelt buckle where the juvenile was sitting. They also found another small bag of what they suspected was meth in a clear box near the steering wheel. Deputy Carr located a black zipper sunglasses case on the dash in front of the driver's seat. Inside, he found 4 glass methamphetamine pipes, empty plastic bags with residue, a scale, and a clear bag with a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana.
Okay, hey, man, let's go back. Y'all listen and remember when he was in the shed shooting up dope when the DCS and the police called him. He was using a sunglasses case. So I guess
he hides his dope in his sunglasses
I
case.
guess if you had needles and dope, man, you know the glasses case when we go to the eye doctor and they give us our glasses and the little flip thing. I guess that'd be a perfect thing to hide that shit in. I mean, obviously.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either, but obviously dude's been doing it for decades.
Now, the juvenile told Deputy Carr that she was getting a ride from Ryan Davis. She admitted to getting meth from a house on Crab Apple Court and said that Ryan had taken her there. But they had bought their own dope separately. Yeah, right. That's just my opinion. But she also told him that before the stop, Ryan had been shoving things into her black backpack and that they had smoked meth while driving in the area of Pumpkin Vine Hill Road around sunset.
Is that supposed to be a romantic thing? That's fucked up.
Yeah, let's have a 44-year-old man take a 15-year-old girl on a sunset drive to smoke some dope, loaded with xylazine and fentanyl, and I mean, you name it.
If you guys don't know what xylazine is, it's a horse tranquilizer, and they've been cutting it with this shit, and I've been watching some shit on YouTube, man, and it's been eating people's fucking skin and making them act like zombies. If you just go
horrible.
Look at it, man. It's not something that we're just...
And then they have, the carfentanyl that's 43 times more potent than fentanyl. And then I also watched a special the other day on these 2 boys that overdosed on a substance called nitrate, which is also a very potent drug that they're trying to use on the market now, because fentanyl's starting to get outlawed. What's the new law that Trump passed?
It was like if you get over 10 grams, it's an automatic 5 years. Over 100 grams, it's an automatic 10 years. And then it keeps multiplying every time you get caught with the same bullshit.
Okay, I get it.
This shit just keeps getting weirder and weirder, man. We just want you to be aware of this shit, folks, because the shit's fucked up. Sergeant Seward also found a prescription pill bottle in the glove compartment with a torn-up sticker and someone else's name on it. Inside were 10 to 15 round orange pills. A search on pill identifier indicated that they were prescription-only controlled substance containing buprenorphine hydrochloride, basically Suboxone, people. A check on Inspect showed that Ryan Davis had not had a prescription for any medication of this sort for at least the last 2 years.
So Deputy Ralph asked Ryan about the juvenile again, pointing out that she did not look 20 years old.
And I'm telling you, folks, I've seen pictures of this poor little girl, and she does not fucking look 20. She looks 12.
Ryan admitted he knew she looked kind of young, and when asked about the drugs, he denied any knowledge of them. So he denied all the knowledge of all these drugs that were in his car, or his truck, and that he was shoving in this poor girl's backpack. What a bitch! She was she had more balls than him. I'm just saying. She was about it to the police.
Call it like you see it, girl.
She was about it to the police. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, this is mine. Fuck you.
And he's like, no, it wasn't mine. It's all hers. She's 15 years old. What dope dealer in their right mind is going to deal to a 15-year-old girl that barely looks 15?
That's a manipulative motherfucker right there. But I'm telling you what, keep tuned, because we're going to call Ryan and we're going to ask him about his, we're going to give him a chance to tell his side of the story. Let's get on with that.
However, when asked if a test would show meth in his system, he replied, yeah, I've got meth in my system. I'm sure I do. But, there's always a but. He claimed he hadn't smoked since the day before. Now, due to the presence of drugs in Ryan's admission, Deputy Ralph read him the Indiana implied consent, and Ryan agreed to a chemical test. 2 vials of blood were drawn at IU Morgan Hospital and taken to the ISDT drop box at the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. Ryan was then transported to the Morgan County Jail.
Why would you need 4 meth pipes with only 2 sets of lips?
Well, you got to think about you got the 4 meth pipes that they found that weren't broken, and then I think they said 2 shattered on the ground as well. Well, I mean, I know they're meth pipes, but at least they're not needles and syringes that they found.
Amen. I mean, at least the dude has backed off the bullshit a little bit. Thank God. I hope to God this little poor girl wasn't fucking shooting dope. So Deputy Ralph collected all the evidence. The white crystal substance found near the passenger seatbelt weighed 9 grams and tested presumptively positive for methamphetamine, fentanyl, and xylazine. The substance in the clear box near the steering wheel weighed about 1 gram and also tested presumptively positive for methamphetamine, fentanyl, and xylazine.
So that's 10 grams right there.
That is 10. I mean,
of fentanyl, xylazine, and meth if it's all mixed together.
Right.
I mean, right?
Yes. I mean, 9 plus 1 is 10 unless I'm...
Well, that looks like a lot of years to me.
I still got 10 fingers. Shit. A third substance found in a clear container also tested presumptive positive for the same 3 drugs. Why aren't they saying what that weighed?
I don't know.
Photos of the evidence were taken and attached to the case files.
Now, finally, a review of Ryan Davis's criminal history revealed prior convictions. On March 30th of 2015, a case we didn't even talk about, he was convicted for possession of paraphernalia in Morgan County. And on June 17th, 2017, he was convicted of possession of a controlled substance in Montgomery County, nor was that a case that we talked about. I mean, why isn't it mentioned his, still in the car and all the other felonies that he's had?
I don't know, but let's stop right here for a minute. Okay, so the dude has been fucking up for decades, right?
Yeah.
He's got burglaries. He's got violent offenses. He's got multiple drug paraphernalia charges. Please tell me that they give him a fucking $1 million bond and they're keeping this dude after he's been caught with a baby girl. And folks, to me, 15-year-old is still a baby. I'm sorry. It just is. Please tell me they give this dude $1 million bond and he's fucking in a cell in there and he's not allowed out to hurt himself or anybody else.
No, he's not. He got out of jail the next day.
Get the fuck out of here.
On level 1 pre-trial release with a 0 bond.
So you mean to tell me that he got caught with all this shit? Yeah. And the next day, they just let him walk free on a level 1 pretrial release.
They did. And the young girl is still locked up in the juvenile facility.
So this 44-year-old dude walked out the next day, and the poor juvenile got locked up until she went to court. Like what? How many days?
I mean, I know it might be separated from the days, but how is a child going to spend longer in jail than a man? And it could have been maybe her guardian wants to let her sit in there to clean her up, which good for her. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To let her get her, she's got to be somewhere to get her head straight for a minute. I mean, let it be while she's in there. You know what I'm saying? Rather than get right back out and get right back to
I'm
it.
telling you right now, if it was one of our daughters, I'd have let her ass sit there and learn a lesson my damn self.
Act like
so
that.
this mother did the right thing.
Well, yeah, let's give credit where credit is due. The juvenile's mother did some solid detective work. She followed her suspicions, tracked down the white truck with the tire company markings, identified Ryan Davis as the driver, and got the authorities involved right away. That led to locating her 15-year-old daughter with 44-year-old Ryan Davis, who allegedly picked her up around 11 p.m. on August 7th.
Absolutely, man. While the juvenile went willingly, you've got to consider the dynamics. A grown man potentially supplying drugs to a minor. She claimed they bought the meth separately from a house on Crabapple Court, but that raises questions. Who's dealing to a 15-year-old? Davis's own words from the affidavit paint a picture. When Deputy Ralph asked what he was doing late with a 15-year-old girl, he said, "Just taking her home. It's nothing like that, man." He claimed he met her through another girl, and she called for a ride from some girl's house, and that she told him she was 20. He admitted meeting her 2 months ago, regularly giving her rides, taking her to his barn to work on his truck, and picking her up at the end of the driveway.
So he met her through another girl, which was probably the same age as her. I mean, likely, more than likely, or a couple years older, probably.
He didn't meet her through some 44-year-old chick. Hey, meet my 15-year-old friend. Shit just don't go that way, man. Come on.
No, it doesn't. And then he tries to pin it all on her. Deputy Ralph noted he could easily tell she wasn't 20.
I could too.
It was laughable. And Davis replied he knew she looked kind of young. He denied knowledge of the drugs in the car, but admitted, "I've got meth in my system, I sure do," claiming he hadn't smoked since the prior day. Classic deflection techniques.
The streets are buzzing too. Witnesses in our Facebook comment section say that they saw Davis and the juvenile at a gas station in Paragon all over each other. So much so it struck them as disgusting. An older man with such a young girl. If that's accurate, authorities should pull the security footage, and we're trying to, believe me. There are also allegations Davis picked her up from school before. School surveillance should capture that, right? Or did he pick her up down the road from school like he was picking her up down the road from her house?
If he picked her up from school, there should be, hint, hint, video does not lie.
Sure don't.
On top of that, investigators are examining the juvenile's phone to uncover the nature of any relationship between the 44-year-old Davis and the 15-year-old. Now, let's break down the charges against Davis and their levels under Indiana law that he's facing.
He's facing possession of methamphetamine, which is a level 5, due to the 9 grams found. Also, possession of fentanyl, a level 6 felony. Possession of xylazine, a class A misdemeanor, which that fucking blows my mind.
Yeah.
So here's what dude got charged with. Possession of methamphetamine between 5 and 10 grams, which equals to an F5 felony. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor, child under 18, that commits an F5 felony, and that's also an F5 felony for Mr. Davis. F6 felony, possession of a narcotic drug under 5 grams. Legend drug deception, defendant knowingly possessions a contraband legend drug, which is the Suboxone. Operating a vehicle while intoxicating, endangering a person as a Class A misdemeanor. Possession of marijuana as a B misdemeanor. Possession of a paraphernalia introducing a controlled substance into a body as a C misdemeanor. I wonder what that was, because they didn't say anything about, maybe that was the pipes, but I mean, you would think introducing, I don't know. Operating a vehicle while intoxicated as a C misdemeanor. Improper display of a license plate not hung properly or is obscured, which I'm sure the police probably used that just to pull him over. I mean, I ain't mad at him.
They knew they had his truck was so distinctive.
Yeah, they was looking for that little girl.
Exactly what they were looking for. And whatever tactics I guess you got to use to find a missing child.
I ain't mad at him. Look, hey, your license plate's fucked up, but we're going to get this girl out your truck. You know what I mean? Possession of paraphernalia introducing prior conviction of same. So that's what I'm saying. He's always been charged with needles. And this says
because he has been charged with just paraphernalia. I guess when paraphernalia was classified different as a syringe.
I guess, but a syringe is a lot different than a pipe in my eyes. I mean, fuck.
Well, despite not being on probation, his history includes prior convictions for the possession of paraphernalia in 2015 and yet a controlled substance in 2017. Plus, in some of his cases, he didn't show up to some of the court dates and they had to threaten to issue a warrant. Yet he was eligible for level 1 pretrial release. Court records from the August 13th, 2025 hearing show that he appeared via Zoom from the Morgan County Jail with a no contact order issued between him and the juvenile. Defense and the state agreed on level 1 pretrial release conditions, which the court granted. He was to report immediately to the Morgan County Probation Department right after he got out.
You know, I know Steven Saga, and I read this my case shit, and he was the prosecutor. I'm just blown away that with this dude's history that they let this dude walk out of court the next day.
On pretrial release. I'm
no angel, man. I did get a DUI one time, and it cost me like $1,500 to get out. What the fuck? I'm just... Make it make sense, folks. Make it make sense, listeners, please.
Now, we requested those pretrial conditions, but for the first time ever, they were locked and unavailable. How does someone with 11 charges, including 4 serious felonies, a drug history, and failures to appear, walk free on zero bond, just a signature and monthly check-ins? After release, he allegedly went straight to probation, then walked to a close friend's house with an unnamed female and started getting high again. Right back to the behavior that got him arrested.
Let me be clear. Level 1 is not the worst pretrial release. There's level 1, there's level 2, and there's level 3. Level 1 being the easiest. Level 2 being a little bit harder. Level 3 being show up almost every day to piss in a cup and talk to probation. Level 1 is show up every month, no contact, plus whatever they got locked in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the conditions that are set forth whenever you sign that paper. And I think it would be really important for all our listeners to kind of know and understand how this bonding system and this pretrial release work, because it was really wild to me when we learned that. So we're going to try to get a bondsman to come on and explain all that for everybody, because it's a really lengthy.
It's an unstructured system, man. It's kind of complicated in a way.
And the politics of our changing president had a lot to do with this pretrial release.
And hopefully it's getting changed back with our current administration, just to be honest with you. It's all fair enough, man. I just know that I'm no angel, man. I've been in some trouble back when I was younger, and I've never been OR'd out or give pretrial release bullshit. And it kind of pisses me off that this dude's been in this much trouble and then caught with a little kid, whatever. But fair enough.
But
let's
we
cut
have
to
to
the
say
noise.
that even though he was caught with a runaway, there are no charges as of yet or as we speak of any sexual nature between the two. There's no charges like that at all.
Not at all.
It's just that he was caught entertaining a
44-year-old dude with a 15-year-old girl.
15-year-old girl, yeah.
Listeners, we're going to give this dude a chance to tell his side of the story. So let's call Ryan up, man, and see what he has to say.
This is Ryan. Leave me a message. But the best way to get a hold of me is if you send me a text. Have a good day. Bye.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
All right, check this out. We're going to send Ryan a text real quick, man. I don't know, maybe his phone automatically goes to a private number because I don't want this dude to have my number, man. I'm just trying to give him a choice. Let me send him a text real quick. We'll get right back. We reached out to some sources. Let's try to ring his ass one more time.
This is Ryan. Leave me a message.
Well, fuck. Maybe it's because my number's blocked. We're going to reach out to a couple people, man, and see if we can't get that shit working. Look, man, I'm not trying to dog this dude. While we're waiting on, we got some people that know this dude, man, that
are trying to reach out.
Yeah, they're trying to reach out to him. Look, Ryan, we don't know what's up with you being a 44-year-old dude and a 15-year-old girl. There's no allegations and no sexual bullshit. And I hope not yet, and I hope there ain't, man. Here at 69 South, we report news shit. We report public knowledge. We ain't trying to put you on blast in that kind of way. Like, really, I mean.
But when you get caught with when you're a 44-year-old man and you get caught with a 15-year-old girl, fuck yeah, I'm going to tell everybody about it.
Look,
because it ain't fucking right.
Nah, when I was 44, I was never friends with no 15-year-old motherfucker. Nobody, girl, boy, whatever. I didn't even like kids, really, but my own. I'm just being real.
Let's be real about it. What can a 15-year-old girl offer a 44-year-old man?
You know what really struck me hard is when she said, oh, yeah, Ryan was shoving all the dope in my backpack. Like, what the fuck? That sounds like some manipulative shit.
He's being a bitch about it.
I'm just saying. If I had a younger person with me, I wouldn't have a younger person with me, so I'm not even going to speculate. I'm just saying I wouldn't try to push my motherfucking dope in their backpack. I wouldn't. I would never do that. If it's my shit, I'm taking the rap for it. Always been that way.
I'm just disgusted because use, abuse, manipulate. And these young girls, they're so finessed.
And
they're so finessed.
Yeah.
The lifestyle that they think, oh man, this is an older dude. He's a bad boy. Type shit, kind of gets him, and they see a motherfucker running around in a
checkerboard truck, got a tire business, looking all tanned up or whatever. You know what I mean? He's got it going on. He likes me. He's giving me attention type shit.
But we got to remember he's 44 years old, taking this 15-year-old girl out to his barn. What the fuck's in the barn?
If 44 years old don't sound bad enough to you, it's only 6 years away from 50, folks. I mean, fuck.
15 to 50. Just imagine that.
That's like the rap song that says 8 to 80.
It's not fucking appropriate in any way, shape, or form.
It ain't.
Not even for you to be giving her fucking rides.
That's what pisses me off. That's one thing that really fucking got me when
He knows that.
He knows that. But the probable cause affidavit, when I read it, if you can research the xylazine shit where it's eating fucking people's skin and he's giving it to this child.
Well, we don't know if he's giving it to this child.
No,
but we know it was mixed in the dope.
Come on, man. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. You're right.
We can speculate.
She was fucking doing it. He was doing it. They was high as fuck. We know that. I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, the streets are talking, and when people say the streets are talking, they really do. But when we posted about this story happening, I can't tell you how many messages that I received that, oh my God, if you go look at this dude's friend list, it's going to say such and such and such.
Which we got a lot of bullshit on his friends list. I mean, to be honest, one of the little girls we found.
Or that we reported missing, and then she
magically showed up.
Within an hour after we had posted that we were looking for her, was on his friend list. So, I mean, are these young girls running in this circle of people who have dope or deal dope?
I'm just saying, man, if you're a 44-year-old dude, can't you just wait till they're at least 18? I mean, what the fuck? Anyway, we've tried to get a hold of Ryan to give him a chance to give his side of the story because, honestly, the streets are talking like he's saying that he may be like he likes males instead of females. And Ryan, I know you're
Sugar
going
in
to
his
listen.
panties type shit.
Right. I know you're listening to this episode, bro. So give us a chance, man, to hear your side of the story. Give us a call. We'll make a fucking part 2. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
We got to get off this episode, man. We're over an hour, and we had a good time telling you this story. And listen, Ryan, and listen to the little girls. And I say little girl, man. 15-year-old is a baby to me. I hope that you get your shit together to the 15-year-old girl, man, and realize that you're a child, honey, and you need to live your life and enjoy
For
being
you.
a child. Enjoy being a child until you get older, then do what the fuck you want to do. To all the moms and dads out there that have 14, 15, 16-year-old girls and boys that's out there running amok, just hug them, love them. Let them know you want to spend time with them and spend time with them and explain this fucked up world to them. Yes, please. That's all we're really trying to do.
Because these little girls are running around. And, admittedly, a lot of little girls in Martinsville, surrounding areas, whatever, have daddy issues because they're not fucking there. And they see somebody that's putting on a persona of they're doing so good. They got money. They got dope. They're kind of a bad boy, which is kind of sexy to these younger girls for some reason. And the reason is TikTok, Instagram,
Man,
all that bullshit.
Call me an old fuddy-duddy, but the internet is fucking our kids up, man.
It is.
It is, really. I used to think it was rap music, which, I'll be honest, man, they probably listen to that shit, too.
I mean, what was you listening to when you was 12?
I was listening to NWA, Fuck the Police, and Gangsta, like you listened to at the beginning of this episode.
At 12, I was listening to, I could rap the whole first Snoop Dogg album.
Oh, yeah. Doggy Dog.
12, 14 years old. Yes. Yeah. And Mr. Ill, and I swear to God, probably ain't nobody heard of Mr. Ill.
You're talking about, though.
I had an old CD that was Mr. Ill.
Welcome to the Jack Off Hour. This is DJ Easy Dick. I love that shit when I was 12. Get the fuck out of here.
And we thought we was so cool then.
We did think we was cool.
Music.
But the shit we turned into, we ain't angels, man. We're just trying to save some people. Mothers and fathers, we're just trying to raise awareness. That's it. And Ryan, straighten the fuck up, bro. You're 44 years old. Use this opportunity. The courts obviously want to fuck with you and give you some advantages and some help.
And some easy motherfucking slide past Hunter Biden ass shit type fucking deal.
Yeah, use this shit, man. Help yourself. Get the fuck out of the situation and go start a good tire business where you ain't dealing
But you
dope.
know what? They're still downloading that damn phone. And I feel when they download that damn phone, it's going to come out that allegedly there was a different kind of
Oh, you mean they're
relationship.
downloading the minor's phone?
Yes.
I
So
just
there's
hope-
still that to come.
Yeah, I hope and pray that there ain't no bullshit. There's allegations in the streets are talking that dude's gay, like I said. I hope that's the case.
Allegedly.
I really do. Allegedly.
We don't know.
All this shit is alleged. We're just bringing you the allegednicity, if that's a fucking word.
I don't know. But this dude needs to get his fucking shit straight.
I believe
quit running around with 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Even if you know what? I ain't never know no gay dude, no 44-year-old, even gay dude hang out with a 15-year-old girl. Gay dudes don't like girls because girls get all of what a 44-year-old gay dude wants without having to do
If they're that age.
Right.
But, when they're younger, and there's nothing wrong with gay people at all. One of my best friends is gay. I love him to death.
I thought I was your best friend. I ain't.
You are. I mean, my high school best friend.
Oh,
but
okay.
You're
My
my
bad.
bestest friend now.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
that's what I'm saying. There's no hate towards nobody at all. It doesn't matter what you choose or how you choose.
And Ryan don't really hate
life.
towards you, man, until you fucked up and they find out that you had some fucked up bullshit with this 15-year-old girl. Then it's all the hate. Before we let you go, man, we have to tell you about some really important shit to us.
We have the Stafford Walk for Justice coming up August 25th at 12:30 p.m. And we would love for everybody to show up and show out for our Stafford kids.
We will be there. We'll be standing up for the Stafford kids, man. That was some fucked up shit, too. Ryan Davis, I know you're going to listen to this. Get at us if you want to tell your side of the story.
And that's it. But we
Until
don't know
then,
yet.
We hope y'all do better, man. We got to cut this episode short. We're going to have a part 2, I guarantee you. So until then, have a good day.
A good evening.
Good morning. Whatever.